everybody. Hello. I had to turn my mic back on for a second. It's not there. Hello everybody. Welcome to Performance Check tonight with our wonderful fun time group of dudes here. Say hey everybody.
Hello.
Howdy.
Greetings.
Oh, we've got a bunch of new faces tonight. So quick intro from me, just going from the top left, like reading a book. We've got Stuart, who's a friend of Nick and mine from Pennsylvania. Doesn't live in Pennsylvania anymore, unfortunately.
Nope.
Then we've got Eric, who is Patrick's brother. You guys have seen Patrick before. He's been on One Shot. He's the DM for Ready to Roll. You love him. We've got Nick, of course, who I love more than anything else, which is wonderful. And we've got Ian from Ready to Roll. And then last of all, like I said before, we've got Patrick. So we're here for a wonderful one-shot tonight. But before that, I've got a couple of announcements, a couple of things that we need to take care of. We are going to be taking a break from Performance Check next week. I need some time to do some extra prep before stuff goes on. So we're gonna just take a week off. We will not do any stream that night, the 15th, because Nick and I are gonna do our Valentine's Day date on Monday instead of Sunday. No reason, just because we can. And we will be back on the 22nd with more Performance Check and the Bush Gang. Other than that, streaming this week is as normal. We've got Ready to Roll on Patrick's channel on Wednesday. We're going into Jelania's sister's house, and I am so afraid. So come for that because it's going to be really amazing. Also, Patrick is going to do a one-shot on his channel. I just realized between now and the next time we have Performance Check, there will also be a one-shot over there. Patrick, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. It's called Darkest Devotions. It will be set in the same world as the world of Inara that Ready to Roll is set. It'll take place approximately a year before the events of Ready to Roll. It is currently planned on the 20th of February, though that's Saturday. That is, of course, it might change depending on some things, but that is the current plan. So yeah, come check it out. It'll be a lot of fun.
If you haven't followed his channel already, you really should, because it's a good time hanging out there. That's basically where I hang out when I'm not live. I think that's all, right? And we've got anything else to talk about. Let's roll that intro video. Oh my gosh, I can't talk already. For A Queen's Crown. Centuries ago, when the armies of the Spider Queen Lolth were strong and crawled from the ancient depths of the Underdark to battle the forces of good in the Divine War, there were 5 powerful matriarchs who led the drow force. As a reward for their loyalty and accomplishments, these matriarchs were each gifted a crown to distinguish them above other dark elves. After their armies were broken and pushed back, they retreated to their cities and strongholds. Through the following years, the houses shifted and split, and other matriarchs vied for power. As these ruling matriarchs aged, they were assassinated, fell from power, or were exiled. Their crowns were lost or stolen. The last remaining crown known to history is still held by its original bearer, Jezkima Fidendes. General Fidendis was entrusted with the bulk of Lulth's army in the war and was the last to crumble. She was defeated and severely wounded in a battle with Winchester and Thela, champion of Pelor. Since then, she has exercised her influence over the city of Motmatalej, an underdark metropolis full of drow and their slaves. Hated by her rivals and feared by her foes, Jezkema is nearly a millennia old, and time is finally catching up with her. You, a small collective, have been individually contacted by a mysterious person known only to you as Hime Mana. They have brought you together and hired you for a single purpose: plunder the Fidendis estate and retrieve Jezkema's crown. While you are not expected to accomplish this without conflict, Hime has requested that you leave no evidence behind of your identities or anything else that might link the affair back to him. So let's go ahead and introduce all of our wonderful characters. Let's start with a returning face to our one-shots. Patrick, would you like to tell us about your character again?
So I'm playing Jared the Nightblade, who Uncooked. Chalk has already noticed that is weird that I'm playing another rogue in a one shot. But yeah, I'm playing Jared, the Jared Nightblade again. He recently escaped from Rhyme Breach and is currently attempting to get resources to take revenge on those who put him in Rhyme Breach in the first place. So this is part of that effort.
Is indignant. Nick, can you tell us about your character?
Yes, I am Tygus Fulstad, and Tygus is a wizard from Slolin, which is in the north of Adrian. He has for some time been going about trying to raise money because his father was imprisoned. And he needs to pay to get him out. But along his travels, he had at one point actually been down in the Underdark, and so was recruited for his knowledge of that area.
Next, Eric, tell us about your boy.
Yeah, so I am playing Carcoon the Oathbreaker. He is a Minotaur fighter. And in this world of Lydia's, Minotaurs are created for a specific purpose. But Carcoon is one of a small few that have rebelled against that purpose, have kind of come to self-awareness to an extent, and broke his oath and left. In those wanderings, he ran into Jared, who saw the potential in, a big burly Minotaur as enforcer kind of backup. And so probably for less than pure purposes has taken Carcoon under his wing. There's probably less altruism and friendship there than Carcoon would like to believe, but now he's just goes where Jared goes for the time being.
Next is Stuart.
I am playing Dakar, a drow rogue who has personal beef with House Fidendis and the matriarch in particular, and so was very keen on accepting the challenge to pillage, plunder, and otherwise destroy House Fidendis to the utmost. Other than that, Dakar is very interested in any endeavor that is profitable and is inclined to take the most profitable option at any given point in time. Doesn't matter what it is, anything ranging from child slavery to assassinations.
For a second, when he's also interested in, it just put me in the mind of other weird one-shots that we've had, and I thought you were going to be like, he really likes baking. most of our one-shots here are ridiculous and don't make sense. Speaking of doesn't make sense, Ian, can you tell us about your character?
Wow.
I will. Perfect introduction. Anyway, preamble, let's say. I am playing Wimbledon, the halfling bard. I have been for whatever reason, the word rogue has been circling in my brain for the last 2 minutes, so I had to be really careful not to say that. Anyway, Wimbledon was orphaned at a young age, and from then on, he's just kind of been wandering around. He's always looking for a new opportunity to better his position in life and in the world, and figured that this little adventure was a good, or could be a good, source of loot and fame. No pun intended. Also, no relation to sports ball of any kind.
Maybe he will
Wimbledon.
eventually invent tennis, as it doesn't exist in Idrion up to this point. All right.
It's canon now.
So, just before we started, I was able to give the party a little bit of insight into the Fidendis estate, as a couple of you have been inside before, though not full knowledge of all of it. So we've had a little bit of discussion about how you want to get in. How do you want to get in? Or try to get in?
Well, Tigus is most familiar with the route around to the back where Noblesville have gone unnoticed, and so he thinks that disguising ourselves and moving in that direction, relying also on deception and persuasion, we could gain access quite easily.
Jared likes that plan. He approves greatly of deception and persuasion.
Deception.
Lots of
Excellent.
deception.
We could also fly.
As you're all having this conversation about deception and persuasion, the 7-foot-tall Minotaur is just kind of going very confused as to how he's going to be disguised.
Well,
That does present a problem.
I can make you seem 1 whole foot shorter. Would be perhaps a tall
Closer-
drow, but not
closer to
an
normal.
impossible drow.
I am formulating a plan, but might get trashed momentarily.
I'm excited to hear these plans.
So the two options that have been floated have been sneaking through the tunnel in the back, or fly in?
How
So
would we fly?
Well, I could fly in. I don't know if there's a door that I could open. But if I can fly in a window, I imagine that there is some way that I could let the rest of you in.
That would still require us to get close. The rest of us who can't fly to get close to the, matriarch's home without being spotted, or with permission.
That's
I take
true.
it all out of salt.
If
completely
we
out of
deceived
salt.
everyone and then I could cast invisibility on the Minotaur,
That was literally my idea. So I guess 2 of us could.
You both cast it on him at the same time.
I just had to look up the spell to make sure that there weren't size restrictions.
qualifications.
Whatever. Yeah.
Minotaur still counts as a medium creature, even though he's taller than us.
Barely.
But barely.
I think actually the stat block for a Minotaur is a large creature, but when it's a character...
Oh.
The description for invisibility simply says a creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. It doesn't specify size.
So are the minotaurs that end up going adventuring like the runts of the litter or something?
I'm gonna throw you.
I would
into
not
the
say
water.
that to them.
I would not recommend calling Carcoon a runt. He would not appreciate that.
Considering
I mean,
you
not
are,
compared to
you are,
you.
Considering you.
says by the halfling.
Anyway, so if we have this plan of getting close and getting okay. Basically, the two, at least in my mind, what I just want to confirm that we're all on the same page. The two plans that I've heard are sneak in or get ourselves invited in somehow, and then go sneaking from there.
Yes.
Okay. So if we got ourselves invited in, because then we could just say the Minotaur is the bodyguard of whoever is going to be our face man, then we would possibly be able to. That would be how would we get ourselves invited in the first place?
Stabbing the guards.
I will have to ask DM. There are people that Tygus knows that would be allowed into this estate.
Yes.
At least they would have been at one point.
It would have been previous to occurrences that you caused to happen.
So unlikely to be able to use the same guys.
Probably not.
Okay.
So similarly, Dakar might know some people who are a little bit more involved in that sphere.
That's true. Not that I'm on terribly good terms with any of them.
Well, no, we just we will make ourselves seem like them, and we can be seeming like we are the people who should be in there.
What if they show up too?
Well, hopefully they will not be at the door at the same time.
Sure.
And if they show up inside, well, we're trying to sneak around there anyway.
Well, let's take a look and see how many guards are around the back, and then make a plan from there. We might just take them and stroll in and leave the corpses where they lie.
I don't like leaving corpses where they lie. It causes too many questions. We're also supposed to be kind of hiding our involvement. So if we kill anything, we need to be. But if we kill anything, we need to be hiding the bodies. It's not. We're supposed to not be leaving evidence, according to this.
If you leave no witnesses, you leave no evidence.
Also, no evidence of
like
who
this
we
plan.
are. No evidence of who we are. There can
That's
be
correct.
evidence that the theft happened. There can be evidence that people died, that people came in and infiltrated, and all of that. We just can't let
just
them know
can't be
who we
us.
are.
True.
But
But I
So who
think
do we
it
want
would.
to blame?
another option. So another option that just occurred to me is I have a Minotaur friend. I'm sure he would go as a very valuable slave. We could attempt to sell him as an inn to get in to the estate in the first place, and then we can just go from there. So that way we have an inn, you know.
I have not been here in many years. It's unlikely that I would be recognized. So I could do the selling.
Excellent. I approve of that plan.
This seems
You do the
reasonable.
selling.
Though, you still, your face should not be known, right? So
Sure.
perhaps you
I
will be a
suppose.
drow, but not yourself.
I do have the spell Alter Self. I could make myself appear as another drow.
That would probably be a good thing to do.
Should we not all be
arrange your
drow?
fate for you.
And then do we
Should-
have...
should we-
does the wizard and do the wizard and bard have other methods to alter the rest of us, or
I can use one spell, like let's out of character. I have the spell Seeming. It can change the appearance of all 5 of us for
Oh.
8 hours, and it's not concentration.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
that would.
It seems like the best option.
excellent.
I can even make the Minotaur look bigger,
Let's make the
We can-
Minotaur
any
look
way- any
more
way you wanna
valuable
go.
as a slave.
look bigger and drenched in blood and severely injured.
That's the
Uh,
Minotaur
otherwise
version
it
of
will
like
be
rubbing someone up
unbelievable
with
if
like
we
body
somehow
oil.
manage to do
It's just
it.
blood.
The
All
only problem is the halfling,
Why is the halfling a problem?
because I can only do 1 foot taller.
I have disguised self.
Disguise self also has that limitation, but taller
I
or
have
shorter.
altered self.
Well, halfling, how tall are you?
Can I make myself what was
yourself
I,
only
3'5", 3'6", something like that? Can I make myself look like a child?
A young little kid drow. Yeah, you probably could.
Walking in with us.
Yeah.
I guess we could sell it as an apprenticeship of some type.
Take your
Can you
daughter to
make
work
it-
day.
Little Minotaur.
Ooh, a baby minotaur.
That's another option.
Yeah. Would a baby minotaur be that small?
I'll carry
being
you. We'll
out of
sell the
character.
illusion.
Okay. Yeah. They don't know our people. Your people.
All right, so this is the
How
plan.
good is the halfling's stealth?
How's my what? Sorry.
Stealth?
How sneaky are you?
Oh, stealth. I thought you said spell. I was like, well, it's just anyway. I'm fairly sneaky. On a
Because-
scale of 1 to 20.
I could cast invisibility on you, and you could sneak in with the rest of us. You just can't be heard.
I think disguising him as either... I think for the best, I think it'd be better just either disguise him as either a child of the Dark Elves or as a child of the Minotaur.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
save our invisibility spells and such things for if we need to make an exit, which we will need to make an exit.
I don't know much about magic. I just know that you can only cast so much magic before your magic muscles run out. So it seems like maybe you should not use the magic muscles you don't have to use. But again, I don't know much about magic.
Precisely. So we save, we
I-
save
I
our
concur.
magic for the end when we're trying to make hasty retreats or possibly stealthy retreats rather than the beginning. That would be best.
Things start to go south. I will simply cast my invisible mage hand to cause a distraction. Start.
We have very
Genuine
different
or
definitions of if things go south. If things go south, I feel like a mage hand will, and to cause a distraction will be too late.
If they don't believe us, or start to notice anything suspicious.
That getting us
Based
in
on-
the first place is yes. That sounds useful.
Carcoon's just gonna walk over and attempt to like pick up Wimbledon, almost in a like, all right, are we turning him into a baby minotaur or what?
Let's do it. 3, 2. Oh, hello. Are we doing it now?
So this conversation that you would have had, this would have happened several days before you went in, because had you decided to go around the back way, you would have had to go a couple of days journey through the Underdark to the back entrance. Whereas going this way, you will go through the city itself, meaning you will have to pass inspection several other times, as there are many gates in the different districts of the city.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have 7 days before we start?
I assume that you have basically as much time as you want.
Cool.
May
Then
wants you to succeed.
I'm assuming that we have 7 days, so I can use my infiltration expertise to therefore adopt a new identity that has a history, profession, and affiliations already created. And I have acquired appropriate clothing, letters of introduction, and official looking certification to establish myself as a member of a trading house from a remote city so I can insinuate myself into the company of other wealthy people and merchants. So that way, at least my disguise is better well taken care of. It does cost 25 gold pieces, and you didn't say anything about having gold, so I would assume that I would have 25 gold pieces to spend.
For sure.
That sells your ability to be a slaver, right? Like
Exactly.
Mhm.
So,
and a slaver will probably need an entourage, and you got 2 other entourage-y types.
let's find a suitably elven name. Elven random name generator.
Specifically drow, though. Elven names and drow names are very different.
Yeah.
as
So
I've learned.
we've got Dakar is a drow name. Maybe I will be Snekar.
I will be.
I like it.
I'll be Queveth. Will be the name that I use is Queveth. Let me write that down so I don't forget that.
And you've got 2 Minotaur, 2 nameless slave Minotaur.
I mean, you could be trying to sell the halfling as a slave too. Like he doesn't actually have to be a minotaur.
He doesn't have to. Yeah, I could just sell him as yeah.
We could just dress him like a jester. It'll be fine.
I approve of that plan. Let's do that.
I will still use seeming to, change appearances at the very least, so you do not look like yourself.
I would also like to use these 7 days to study drow culture and history to so that way I can would it be okay if I made a history check to see how successful I was?
I'll give you advantage because you can ask Dakar for a bit because he is from the city.
Perfect.
He's willing to help you. You can get a hefty amount of knowledge.
May I have your aid, Dakar? Teach
I
me
know.
how to be drow.
I will provide you answers, providing that they don't disclose too much about my past.
I just want to know basic cultural, basic history, nothing personal.
I think I also have knowledge to help in this way.
Yes, you do.
All right. That would be, with the combined help of my 2 friends, that would be a total of, that would be a 15 for a history check.
Okay.
So hopefully I will not make any blunders of drow culture while we are inside. I'm assuming this is the basic general drow culture where females are just better than
the
males
absolute
in general.
best. Yes,
Perfect.
for sure.
Cool.
Excellent. Yeah, specifically you learn about the other drow houses. There's like 3 that are the main ruling houses in the city.
Okay.
You have Fidendis, House Fidendis, House Thrizal, and House Menhazael.
Is there one of the more minor houses that I could claim to be a part of, or part of my identity?
Okay, so there are specifically House Danre, who are the crafters, House Gubodrosh, who are the guardians and hunters. They usually clash with House Fidendis a lot because they tend to be like the city guard and stuff, whereas Fidendis is more of the raiders and soldiers, and they kind of make fun of Gubodrosh people a lot. There's House Kelze, which is, they live in the city, but they have a lot of like fungus farms and livestock. Well, no, they don't have the livestock across the river. Meordovin are the livestock owners. And then there is House Egrazzo, which is kind of like in the middle. They are the people who manage and own the, I don't remember what I called it, and I don't think I have it written down anywhere. There is a 3-tiered academy of magic, the divine, well, divine if it's in regards to Lolth, And another tier that I don't remember because I literally wrote this down a year ago and I don't remember.
So I would assume that slaves would fall under the category of livestock. Would that be?
Well,
correct
all of the
thinking?
houses do trade in slaves. Usually,
Okay.
the people who bring in slaves are Durgar from far away.
Gotcha. Ooh, okay. Because that's the one that stuck out to me the most. I'm gonna say, what's the livestock house name again?
Meurdoven. Spelling.
Maybe.
Meurdovn.
I know why that name stuck out to me so much. But
Sounds a little bit like
Sounds a
Mordvir,
little
so
like
it could be.
Mordvir, yeah. All right, Myrdoven. Okay, I'm Quiveth of House Myrdoven. Perfect. All right, well, that's all my preparation that I need to do.
So you will be, are you okay with being a female?
I mean, I don't have. That'd be a little bit difficult for me to roleplay personally, but I don't have a problem with appearing as a female if that would be best for the.
I could be a female if I'm going to be the one navigating the sails.
How good are your
Whichever.
female voices, Jared
Not very
and
good.
Dakar?
You've heard my attempt at female voices of the other.
Well, I'm not asking Patrick and Stuart. I'm asking Dakar and Jared.
Well, they could be decent. I can't say that Jared's actually ever had the opportunity to appear as a female before, so.
Is it first time?
Deception is part of my nature. I can pull it off.
Try.
It would just be good for one of us to be female, and Tygus has a very poor ability to adapt his accent.
Okay. Since I'm the one with the established identity, it would probably be best for me to appear as the female then. Since I will have
Dakar, if you wish to be, I can also make you female.
Yes, I
Don't
would
think that would
love
be a problem.
to hair down House Fidendus as a woman.
All right.
During this conversation, Carcoon will have leaned down to Wimbledon. I don't know much about magic. Is this permanent changes?
Only visual. No, and it is not physical either.
avoid contact.
Just in appearance.
I don't like magic.
Actually, whoever wishes to can make an intelligence check for me.
So 16.
That would be an 18.
6.
3.
Also 16.
Okay, so Jared, Tygus, and Wimbledon, you kind of think for a second, oh, we could change Carcoon's appearance, but we're trying to sell him as a slave. It's very likely that they're going to actually physically examine him and touch him. Maybe not a
Yes,
good idea to
for-
change him too much.
For him and the halfling, it's mostly going to be like skin changes, not much structural.
Which,
Pigmentation.
yeah, if you're trying to pass a halfling off as a minotaur, though, minotaurs have tails, they have big ears,
Well,
they have horns.
we're
I think
selling
we-
him as a halfling now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
treating him like a clown. and
I was
selling
all
him
in
as
for
a-
the baby calf, sort of like.
It's a great idea, but I like the thought of Ian being a jester more.
Okay.
I want fan art of this now. Of like baby cow Wimbledon.
Cool. But yeah, you just know, don't make any extreme physical changes for people who are going to get touched.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we will then move to your entry into the city. I feel like you are not going to have any difficulty getting into the city itself, but you might have difficulty getting into the district of Esakreljan, which is the residential area for the 3 major houses. So, the RP through all of this because we are getting on already in time. We've been playing for already half an hour. So I would just like, for anyone pretending to be a girl, I need a performance check. And for the main 2 who are trying to get you in, deception checks.
Oh, okay, yeah, got it.
Okay, that would be a 23 for my performance check.
Oh wow, that's like the best for a show called Performance Check. They're usually really bad. So, that's good.
19 for my performance check.
Okay. And then deception checks for, I assume, you 2 as well, being the main to get you in.
Better
26.
deception than I am performance.
26 on my deception check.
That would be a 19 on the deception check.
And you probably would have had advantage on that, but that is well high enough to surpass their passive insight and issues. So you are allowed into the district of Asakeljan, which is on a sort of plateau in the city. You have to go up a huge set of stairs up around the side. There's like a low wall around the entire district. You can see the entire cavern that the city is within. Very, very large cavern with a river that goes around the northern side, which backs the district that you're on. So there's essentially the plateau you're on. There's a cliff that goes down into the city, and then a cliff that goes into the river. On the west side of this district, there is a sort of conical tower structure, which is the Academy by House Igrazzo. But because you're familiar enough with this district, you're able to find your way to House Videndis out front. I think this is time for the map.
I like maps.
Map. You able to see things?
Yes.
So here's you guys. I couldn't make wonderful tokens for you, so it's just the first letter of your name.
It's a good thing none of us shared name.
Yeah.
First letters.
I was
Okay.
looking for the first letter of my name, and then I was like, oh wait, never.
And as it is a underground drow city, there's not much need for a bunch of light. So there's kind of street lamps that just kind of glow a dull green, a dull blue, a dull purple color. Not enough to really shed light, more for atmospheric purposes. As you
Does
Come
it
up.
constitute dim light?
yes.
Okay.
Would a seeming spell be able to hide the fact that I'm wearing my goggles of night vision?
Yes.
Yes. Which it does for me too.
Perfect.
And I think wait, halflings have dark vision, right?
I'm kind of banking on that. I literally just
I
I don't
realized-
think they
Not
do.
have dark vision.
I don't think they do actually.
No. Halflings do not.
And what about minotaurs?
Minotaurs do not, but as a rune knight, I have a rune inscribed on one of my clothing pieces that provides me dark vision.
Okay.
Fear not, little one. You can hold my paw.
Right, so as you
thank you, Fred.
as you approach the front of the house, you see there's 2 doors in the front, each one being guarded by a member of House Videndis. As you approach, they both come towards you to ask in Undercommon, what would wish with the House Videndis?
I just realized a major flaw in my plan. I don't speak Undercommon.
I absolutely do. Wait. We
Right.
come bearing trade. Minotaur and a halfling for sale to House Fidendus. A special offer simply for you.
I don't think we have need of this halfling. Is much too small. The slaves that we require usually need to be a bit brawnier, like this Minotaur. I could go ask the general if he would like to examine him and check him out. Would you wait here,
Certainly.
please?
Of course.
So the guy goes off inside.
Leaving how many still outside?
Make a perception check.
All right.
Natural 20.
16 for me.
So looking around, as close as you can see with great detail, you only see the one that's continuing to guard at the front door. But you do know, as you were walking up and the amount that you could see as you were doing so, there are a large number of barracks as part of the estate grounds.
Mm-hmm.
House Fidendus is the martial house. Though the soldiers don't live in the house themselves, they are close enough that a big ruckus could probably draw attention of several hundred.
Understood.
You wait for a little while. The guard returns with an older drow. This is a male drow, actually, which is a little bit of a surprise. Usually the true officers are female. This one is a male. And he turns to all of you and he asks, "But I've been told you have an offer for us for some Minotaur or something for us to fight with."
A Minotaur slave offered in your service. I believe that it was a valuable asset for you. It's not much use to the other houses. Expertise in fighting, you see.
Squire. Most slaves don't fill our needs more than just in-cushion archers. And he
Even if that was, this Minotaur can handle many, many arrows.
he steps up towards Carcoon. Will he bite me if I touch him?
He knows what happens to him if he bites.
So, out of curiosity for Carcoon's benefit, as a proud warrior person with many kills under his belt, what sort of A, instructions, but B, disguise preparations were made? Like, is this Chewie with the broken links on his arms? Like, what is the situation here?
What is the
I was
situation?
familiar with House Fidendus more so than I care to admit, so I know a little bit more about the policies and procedures and warned you appropriately.
I would also say that the implication is that you are afraid of our magic, which Braun does not help you against. And so you don't need to be chained. Drow
So
are known
for similar questions, just as backtrack slightly, he will have approached Jared before we entered the city and handed the sword and shield to him, and it was, "Look after these with your life, or I'll end it for you."
Understandable.
Okay.
I would expect no less.
But he will not be unarmored. He's still fully plate armored. And, the steel caps on his horns and everything.
And you are, 7 foot tall? You tower over this drow. Drow, similar to elves, do not get much higher than 5.5 feet. You're much taller than. He does reach up, and he has to reach fairly far because he is so much shorter than you to try and touch your snout. You let him?
Jared is praying he behaves himself.
His eyes very firmly narrow, and he will not lower his nose in any way. He stands tall, and it's, if you think you're gonna be master, you better prove that you can do it, kind of a thing. But he doesn't make any aggressive motion.
So the general.
So can the general reach the nose or not?
He kind of has to go up on his tippy toes and reach really far.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and push the Minotaur's head a little bit down.
All right, this is gonna be a sort of contested thing. If Carcoon does not want his head to be forced,
Carcoon's not gonna move his head. He's gonna fight against it.
So I'm gonna need an Arcana check versus a Strength check.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
Hang on, I get all kinds of fancy things with regards to strength checks. I've got to remember how to play D&D.
Let me know once you've got your numbers. You've got your rolls.
$14 on Arcana.
$24.
Well, okay then.
Yeah. Feel a little bit of pressure on your
snout. I'm
snout.
going to send a telepathic message that says, "Put your head down."
Keeps his head up.
Cantrip message. It's a telepathic send.
I thought about that, and I was like, I don't want to alarm anyone.
So Carcoon does not lower his head. The general kind of reaches up and just barely taps the side of your snout, but pushes against you, about as annoying as he could be, honestly. And you look at his facial expression, and he's got an antagonizing face.
I like to picture that the massive exhale, given the angle of a Minotaur nose, billows the general's hair, kind of a thing, as it's very clear he is gritting his teeth against the desire to just lift this man up on his horn. But he'll stand.
Okay. Some moist bull breath right in the face. The general sets back down on his feet. Pity. We usually like them a bit feistier. But he seems like he'll be a good punching bag. How much do you want for him?
Prefer you to make the offer. I accept or reject.
So then you move into a little bit of a transactional conversation, eventually settling on a good price of 800 gold pieces. That's the going rate for...
I want to make a charisma check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pretty great for hire.
Go ahead. Good for fire. Good for hair. 800 is a
19
lot of freaking gold.
19.
All right, I'm gonna roll this dude's charisma check.
You gotta offer to show him off and see if you can raise your price any.
He rolled an 18 just under you. So yeah, you can raise it up to like 900 maybe.
You can move so much rock with this baby.
900's a lot of gold. Come on, you guys forget what it's like to be level 1 and only start with like 15 gold. Come on.
I suppose. 900 gold pieces. And where will I be receiving payment?
We'll have someone come out and bring it to you presently. He nods over to one of the guards at the door. Get a few others, take him over to the pit. Their guard goes away again. Now there's like the out here.
The general is not going to get money.
He
Just said.
no, yeah, he does go in. So once again, it is just the one guy out there. Mm-hmm.
And that guard is currently trying to. Is that guard staying with us, or is that guard trying to take Carcoon to the pit?
So actually, to specify specifically, the general went back inside the house. The other guard left to go find other soldiers to escort him and not leave the door unguarded.
Okay.
Carcoon definitely comes for his weapons at this point.
And Jared will pass you your weapons very discreetly.
I need you to make me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage because these are large items you are trying to pass unnoticed.
And Carcoon's not making any effort to be sneaky about it either.
He's just like, give it. I have a question, and maybe I missed something. Where is Wimbledon? Wrong bard.
Oh, he's right here where the W
He's
is.
right here. Yeah, you're just with us.
You were just outright rejected. They
You
didn't
just
want
yeah,
you.
they did.
They use their slaves as fighting practice. Halflings can't withstand
Well,
that much.
That will be a 21 sleight of hand.
Hey, guy's actively watching it. He gets to roll a perception check.
Can I cast Dancing Lights as a like ghostly humanoid figure approaches him? Could I do that to, say, impose disadvantage or draw his attention elsewhere?
Yes, but I will also need you to make sleight of hand.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm asking this of friggin' rogues. It's so pointless, I know. But
I'm not proficient in sleight of hand, so
Are you
that
not?
was lucky. I'm not a.
That's a
I'm not
25 on my sleight of hand check.
Please stop.
So Dancing Lights creates a like ghostly figure. I'm combining all 4 lights into one humanoid that's going to approach him, kind of shaped in the form of a woman, to just kind of like caress the guard, like just approach like almost in a seductive manner.
Cool.
In drow culture, this is less enticing and terrifying is
Yeah.
what it is in drow
A little bit
culture.
scarier, actually.
Yeah,
roll
it
an
is.
intimidation.
It's beautiful. The rogue intimidates the guard.
No, the guard definitely like pulls out his sword and starts like swiping through the lights to like disperse them.
So do we successfully get the Minotaur his weapons?
Yes, but now he is holding the weapon, so what is the guy gonna see when he looks back?
Like, what are we gonna do now?
Why don't we just march him through the side door there?
Do we want to just go straight into the? I feel like this is very
Just
bad.
walk
plan.
right through the front door.
I mean, that guard's gonna. I mean,
Yeah, we could try that first, I think.
I mean,
You wanna walk
otherwise
in?
we're going to have more guards coming out the front door, and they're going to be carrying 900 gold pieces, which I would very much like to have. But if we're going to pillage the whole place, I'd rather do it with less fighting involved.
This is where you and I are very different.
I'm okay leaving bodies, but I don't want to get killed.
I have never been killed.
Quick vote.
Clearly.
This is happening very fast. Quick vote. Who says go in? Who says
Okay.
stay out?
Hands
Hands up for going in.
Yeah.
2 votes
Let's
for
do
going
it.
in. 3 votes for going in. All right. So you go pile in the front door, which is unlocked as the guy was planning on coming back out.
Alright. At this point, Jared's gonna pull the Cloak of Elvenkind hood over his head to activate its magic in case he needs to start being stealthy.
Which
Well thought through.
you do. As you walk in, you see there are 2 additional guards in the room over there by another door.
I would like to use my winged boots. How high are the ceiling? How high is the ceiling in here?
Extend you because so the ceiling in here is pretty tall. It's a good like 15-20 feet.
Okay.
There's chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. There's a beautiful subjectively beautiful spider mosaic on the floor. There's 2 guards by these doors over here. There's also doors to the left and right along these diagonal walls.
I would like to run up to the guards frantically saying there's a ghost out, like there's a spirit, a ghost out the front door.
Okay.
While you're flying on your boots.
I am flying toward them like in a panicked rush as if I'm trying to escape from the ghastly figure.
Okay. Make a deception check. At disadvantage.
At disadvantage?
Yes.
Fine.
You're trying to convince them that that a thing that they can't see outside is a bigger issue than you being in here right now. Flying.
With disadvantage, 24.
Oh my god. He rolled a 9. So you see a
Sure,
look
man.
of concern come over his face. He runs out the door outside. The other one
Okay.
starts to move after him a little bit, but then stops, looks at the rest of you, and stays where he is.
All right.
Plans?
Is he
Thoughts?
expecting anything?
Expecting
point.
anything?
Like, would he be caught unawares if I decide to shoot him with my short bow? 'Cause at this point, Jared feels like the plan is going to crap.
South.
Banishment.
This
I-
is Jared's definition of the plan going south.
I'm gonna cast banishment.
on the guard? Okay, he makes
yeah.
what, a charisma save?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a 10. Let's see what his charisma save modifier is.
No way.
It's not good. It's only a +1, so he
He is
vanishes from where he is.
All right. Jared's gonna look at him and says, "Now we need to move quickly, find this crown, and then get out."
All right. So we've got an entrance into another hall right in front of us. I don't think there's anything else.
What about the layout that we studied?
So, yeah, you know, Generally.
Really, the only way forward is through that door.
Yeah.
actually that is not the case. The stairs to go up are through the side doors. There are a set of staircases on either side. The room in front of you, drag someone in, is the like great like dining hall room. There's like doors in the back here. I wasn't bothered to make them. They go to the kitchens, etc. That's what that room is.
I don't really want to land in the kitchens. Let's take one of the staircases off to the right.
Yeah.
Good plan.
All right, what's your marching order?
I would like to roll stealth and stealth forward.
I assume that's a similar desire for Jared as well.
I'd actually like to look in the other door, and just so I can verify what's in there in case I decide we want to make another way, but I will stealth.
Okay, I want stealth checks from the both of y'all.
25 for me.
That'll be a 28.
Okay. I'm gonna...
I love this because at this level, rogues get reliable talent.
Yep.
Oh my
Which
god.
means that if you ever roll anything less than a 10, it automatically becomes a 10 for anything that you're proficient in.
Mhm.
Welcome. This is specifically why I chose level 13. Totally. Didn't slip my mind at all. It is now a question of how long will it take before I stop asking for stealth checks from you two? How long before it's
stopping now?
like it's
I
pointless.
mean, what's your minimums?
I mean,
my minimum
would
is 25. I only rolled a 6, but I automatically rolled that. 25 is my minimum for stealth.
It's like my minimum for stealth would be. How is your minimum higher than mine? My minimum would be a 23.
Okay. If there's ever a time.
Oh, I know what I did. I forgot to add in since my expertise bonus increased. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So it would technically also be a minimum of 25.
Okay, jeez.
Isn't
All
that
right.
great?
Rogues are so great. So great.
Rogues are
So
amazing.
wonderful. If there ever comes a question of possibly the person has a +5 or higher to their perception, then I will ask again. For you two, other than that, I will probably focus on the heavily plated Minotaur and his stealthiness. So Jared, looking through this door, you peek in and you see a hallway going to either side, diagonal and then turning straight.
Okay.
And Dakar, look through your side. You see the same thing.
Jared definitely doesn't want to be separated from his companions for too long, so I guess he'll come back and rejoin them.
Everybody's gonna go together.
Yup.
You're not gonna fit perfectly in the hallway in your little bundle, but I'm gonna do that so I don't have to drag all 5 of you together.
Cool. Wimbledon is gonna roll for stealth as well.
Yes, everyone please roll
Yeah.
stealth checks now. At least if you're trying to be stealthy.
I should have given my cloak to the Minotaur.
Sorry, I keep it away. Oh no.
Alright, what did y'all get?
I got a 24.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
11.
11.
And
Alright.
I almost didn't do it.
I mean, Carcoon's not trying to be sneaky.
Alright.
Great.
So it's a
Alright.
quartet of shadows and a giant minotaur just plodding through the hallway. Right. I would consider that a double failure, the not attempting to be sneaky, but it's apparently not a problem because passive perception of these dudes is still okay enough for you to go unnoticed.
They're like, oh, everything seems normal here.
We hear loud footsteps in the hallway all the time. I don't need to go look outside.
Clonk, clonk, click, clonk, click, clap.
Yeah. Sounds like a horse or a cow walking through the hallway. All right. Where do you want to go?
Do you remember
Stairs?
where the layout, where the stairs are? Because that's probably our best bet. Is just go up the stairs.
We want to
Yeah.
go up. We also want to go toward the rear of the building.
Okay.
Stairs to go up.
And upstairs we go.
Monarch and Forge. There we go. You can let me roll another. Walk out into this room. Very easy to notice. Someone's sitting on a bench over here. Well, Miss Fodder's dice is not rolling as well as it used to. Tonight, so this person that you see there doesn't seem to notice you. You see in this room, from the little bit you can see, there's like a little workstation over here with a bunch of different alchemical materials, different vials, different plants and herbs of different sorts. Mortar and pestle and stuff. And you see further over into this space the hint of... Very well.
Just a note. I would imagine it's been a minute by now.
Yes.
Everyone.
Oh, the dude
guard,
appears.
The guard has returned. Just for us to be aware. So there is someone in this house who knows that there are people who should not be here.
I mean, there are 5 of us who know there are people who should not be here.
Now there are.
Do I recognize any of the alchemical ingredients on the table?
Make a either Arcana or Nature.
A 6.
You don't. Nope.
Okay.
Alright, what y'all doing? Head quick.
So I'm assuming the person is marked by the red thing, a few squares on.
No,
Oops.
it's
The person is sitting on a bench over here.
Oh yeah, okay. That was my second guess. Actually, that was my first guess. I just didn't.
So they haven't noticed us, right?
They have not. They are reading a book very intently.
Eat 'em.
But you do hear quiet noises off to the... around the corner further into the room.
My vote is that we just keep moving. If they haven't noticed we're here, we just keep moving, act like we belong. If you act like you belong, you can get in almost anywhere.
Okay. I'm down with that, I guess.
I'm going to let everybody else go in front of me. If they're proceeding into the room, I'm going to hang back.
I'm happy being second.
Who's going first?
I guess I'll go first.
Start moving into the room, slowly, trying to still not be noticed by this person here. You hear, coming from below, the ringing of a bell. And this person here looks up from their book and notices the rest of you.
Alright.
At that point, I would like to use an invisible mage hand to knock over all of the alchemical ingredients.
Okay.
My mage hand is invisible as a rogue, so it just seems like they spontaneously collapse onto the ground.
Okay.
Oh, and at the sound of the bell, I will have drawn my sword and totally pinned this guy to a wall with it.
Okay. We're gonna allow a sort of surprise round, guys, under the surprise condition. So, what's your speed, Cartoon?
25 unless I goring rush, which I will do. So 45.
Okay, so you can make it an additional 20 feet, which is just perfectly enough to get right to him. So, does he have to roll anything, or is this all just...
I mean, I'm just running up and trying to essentially one-shot kill him with my, 4 fighter attacks and my additional horn attack from goring.
Okay. All those attacks have advantage. Go ahead and roll them. We'll see if you take him down.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give you numbers, Lydia, for the first several. So 28.
Yeah, let me get this. Let me get the actual, the actual stat sheet for. And these are to hit, yeah?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, yeah. That'll hit.
It's only 4 total. It's 3 weapon and then the goring.
Okay.
Natural 20,
Okay, yeah.
24,
Yeah.
and 26.
Yeah, this guy's got an AC of 12, so you're good. You're fine. Also, I should explain, we do a special crit rule that I don't see a lot of people do. When you crit, instead of rolling double dice or doubling the dice you roll the dice one time, and then you just add the maximum of the dice. So if you roll a d6, it lands on a 4. The total is 10 plus the modifiers. 4 plus 6 plus the modifiers. So they are major honking hits. So go ahead and roll up all the damage.
Okay, and yep. Cool. Hang on.
Oh no. And then after this, we're all gonna roll initiative.
Great.
57 total. And then I didn't catch what you said about crits, so I didn't add any of that.
Okay, so essentially it's just that you add the maximum. So if you rolled a 4 on a d6, it would be 4 plus 6 plus the modifier. Instead of rolling
Okay.
twice.
So it's just another additional D8 on top of that.
Yeah, an additional 8.
Yep.
All right, that is enough to one-hit murder this guy right where he sits holding his little book. You skewered. You could basically pin him into the wall if you left your weapons in him. He is immediately dead. And with that, we're gonna roll initiative. Go ahead and do that, y'all.
Cool. Fantastic.
And then
Your
Lydia,
first fatality.
do you just want us to kind of shout out our roles, or because I know like Patrick prefers
Um,
to call.
I'll call for him.
Cool.
All right. Anyone above a 20?
I got a 23.
15 to 20?
I got a 19.
10 to 15?
15.
Got a 14.
And then Tygus, what'd you get?
8.
Gorgeous. Wonderful. Jared, you're first. You don't see anyone currently, but you did hear noises coming from the other room. This room.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna use my cunning action to use my bonus action to hide.
All right.
First off, of course, with my sorry, yep, okay, perfect. All right, that will be a 25 to hide.
Blend
And
into
then-
the dim shadows.
And I totally just clicked on the screen to attempt to move myself. I wanted to hide in a corner behind stuff. Not next to the alchemical table because I know what's about to happen to that. And I don't want that to blow up in my face.
All right. So where do you want to go?
Can I go around like this corner by on the bottom of the stairs?
Half. behind the wall, hiding behind that wall.
Yep. And then I would like to ready my action to make an attack against the first enemy that that appears in my line of sight.
Right. Next up, we've got Carcoon.
I'm gonna move there to the right, so I'm just right there at the edge of the door. It's like kitty corner and then
Like here or up one?
up one. Yep, and then I
You're able
will
to
use
step there.
my bonus action to ignite my battle axe into flames. And then ready an attack against anybody who appears through that door.
Right. So you are able to actually see there is a female drow standing over by this table over here.
Okay. Okay.
But before you are able to do anything as you're holding your action, there is down further up very high favorite. All right. So you see kind of running in from over here. Well, you can see it. It's probably right on the edge. They see you. They quickly take in the situation. They can barely reach.
I can see them.
You can see them?
Yeah, I see them. In the
You want
corner.
to make your attack then?
Is it within range of my short bow? Probably, yeah.
Probably.
All right, cool. I'm gonna make my attack. Would they be considered? Oh, I have advantage on it because it's a creature that hasn't taken a turn yet, technically,
And you are hidden, so.
and I am hidden, so that would be a 21 to hit, not natural.
That does
But
hit.
at advantage. That is my 76 sneak attack on top of my short bow. So let me do the math on that real quick. That is 84 total points of damage.
All right. What type of damage?
It is piercing.
Piercing? Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. So you fire right like into the side of his torso as he brings his hand up in a spell casting gesture. This is a male drow. Very much takes him off guard. That was 84 points of damage. Oh, that's
And I double checked.
That's really. He's already looking pretty hurt. Not rough
right.
yet, but
I was hoping that would kill him. Oh, 84 points of damage. He's looking really rough. Dang it.
not even really rough. He's just looking damaged. And then he catches view of you as you have revealed yourself with this attack, and he is going to send only 3 beams of force energy towards you. Right. Oh boy, they all look good. So you're really sneaky fast. It's a 27, a 25, and an 18.
Spell attack roll, would you?
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna invoke Runic Shield, and he has to re-roll that and use the new roll.
For which one?
Just whichever his highest one is.
Okay. Other one. It's still a 22.
Yeah,
Okay.
My AC is only a 17.
Oh, he got his lowest was an
All
18.
three of them.
I'm gonna take all 3.
Great.
Be too bad though. Ooh, if I rolled, that was really good. That was almost max damage. That's 27 points of force damage as you're caught by his Eldritch Blast.
Alright, well, I'm still okay. Not great, but okay.
Next up is Dakar.
I am going to kick off the ground. How high is the ceiling in here?
This is just standard room height, so not high at all.
Okay. Is it high enough that I would be out of reach if I was against the ceiling?
No.
Okay.
If
then
you were
never mind.
leaning up against the ceiling, it depends on what they were trying to hit you with, but you'd be pretty still within range.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, then ooh. I am going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
And then I am going to I'm going to stay where I am and take the hide action
Okay.
as my bonus action.
All right, roll that super high stealth roll that's meaningless.
That's meaningless and broken.
Meaningless
Yep,
to
I
ask
know.
for. Actually, these people have decent perception, so it is meaningful.
I mean, it's still a 25.
Possible. It's possible for them to see you.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance.
That's the idea.
It's not a
Only
good
a
one,
chance.
but there's a chance. All right, then. Next up is Wimbledon.
Yo. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why. In every campaign I've ever participated in with these kinds of boards, I get incredibly confused. So, is there just one enemy in the room currently?
So you can only see just barely this one way up here. There is another one visible to Carcoon, but he is the only one.
Okay. I am going to give I'm gonna give a die of Bardic Inspiration to Jared. That's a D10.
I appreciate it.
What do you do to
And-
inspire Jarrett, though? What could inspire his terrible black heart?
You got the good question. Patrick, what does your soul desire? What does
To
Jared's
survive.
soul survivor?
I mean, Jared's
Hang in
cool.
there, Jared. We need you for for the money. Anyway, and then so that is a bonus action. Can I sneak as well? I want to kind of get a better vantage point of kind of this ingress where they seem to be coming in. I'm using my mouse to like show where I want to go, realizing that you can't see any of that. But over like in the top. I don't want to go I want to go kind of towards Carcoon. So my speed is...
Your little 25-foot
Yeah.
speed, that's about as far as you can get.
Yeah. Let's see. Uno. Yeah, I don't necessarily need to be like right next to him. I just want to be able to see more, or at least position myself more to be able to see.
Are you using your action to get there? Because Bardic Inspiration is only a bonus action.
That's true. Yeah. And I don't, because I also don't, no, actually, sorry. I want to roll for stealth on top of that.
Okay, you don't have anything to hide behind currently. You are in the middle of a room.
Oh, valid. In that case, new plan, I am going to dash behind Carcoon.
You can get to here or here?
There works just fine.
All right. Cool. It's now the drow priestess. She can see 2 of you. She's going to cast this at 3rd level against the big, scary minotaur with blood all over him. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Carcoon. Well, let me see if I hit you first, actually.
You have disadvantage
It's
on...
a natural 20 on the first one.
Okay, yeah, I have a Spellguard shield, so spells and other magical effects have disadvantage against me.
Okay. That is still a 22 to hit, because now Lil Miss Fodder's dice is working. So make that con save for me, please.
Okay. Is this... what kind of damage is this?
This is
so I know if I have
poison damage.
Okay, I have advantage on poison
Of course you do.
from my children. $29.
Well, that definitely works. You still take... Oh, and I rolled good for this poison damage too. 25 points of poison damage, but you resist the poisoned effect. Because you are a big, beefy boy, and she's used to dealing with smaller, beefy boys. So she is going to... a little bit. Get a better view. But also away a smidge. She doesn't want to get killed. She doesn't have to be. Alright. Now it's Tygus' turn with Jared on deck.
Okay. Tygus will run up. I want to go 3 squares to the left of the wall that's going up through the room.
Okay.
One more to the right. Yeah. So spells came from both of the 2 that I can now see.
Yes.
All right. How far away? It's too far away. Okay. I will just throw a ray of frost at to the priestess.
Okay.
$19.
That hits.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know. Okay. That's 12 damage.
Okay.
And her speed is reduced by 10.
All right. No. Casts ice towards her. Definitely affects her. Definitely hurts her. She seems a little bit slowed by the frost that gathers on her clothes and her armor that she's wearing. Anything else you would like to do?
No.
All right, Jared, that's you with Carcoon on deck.
Patrick.
Yes, sorry, I'm answering some questions about the game for some people. I'm going to take another shot at the guy who shot me. That will be a 27 to hit.
Hits. Not get your sneak attack damage on it.
Not get my sneak attack damage this time, but that's okay. That will be 11 points of piercing damage. Then you're going to dive a little bit further up the stairs and then use my bonus action to hide again.
Right.
That will be a 25 to hide.
Well, he'll have to look for you.
Yeah, and then he does have disadvantage for looking for me because of my cloak of elven kind.
Right, good to know. Carcoon, that's you.
I'm gonna move just straight east, quote unquote, just hide behind that next set of wall there.
Is your speed really only 25 as a Minotaur?
I'm wearing full plate.
Ah, gotcha.
So, strength of 20 still can't move the full distance in plate.
Wait, is that a thing in 5e? I thought that was only a thing in the earlier editions. That was a thing. 5e.
Yeah.
I don't think
Unless
that's...
it's encumbrance based.
That's just what Patrick told me, so if he's wrong, it's his fault.
That's how I've always done it.
I know that was a thing in 3.5 and in like Pathfinder and stuff, because that was the bane of my very first campaign I was in.
I have played a lot of D&D, so it's 100% possible that I am incorrect.
But it does.
Okay. I apologize. My understanding, apparently looking at this, it says if you don't meet the strength requirements, you get the
Which I
you have a
do.
speed penalty.
So you are
definitely meet
faster,
the
yeah.
strength requirements.
All right, then, move me just one more right there. And I am... I think I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. Now, the Arachnomancer's turn. As several of his targets have dodged out of sight, he only has a view on Titus right now. Though he did see the general direction that everyone has gone in, he does not have eyes on. Was someone about to ask a question?
No, I just said poor Tygus.
Poor Titus.
I also said sup.
Oh, does he want to use that though? Ooh. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, Tigus.
Okay.
Yeah.
14.
14. All right. So you become affected by the eye bite spell. You become panicked. You are frightened of this arachnomancer. He's very scary, covered in like webbed clothing, and then you can see there's like spiders crawling up his clothes and in his hair and across his skin. Very frightening to you. So you must take the dash action and move away from this creature. If you can get more than 60 feet away, I'll tell you what happens. But that is currently what you're at right now, is you're terrified of this arachnomancer. And then, because he keeps getting shot at, I'm gonna move. So now it is Dakar's turn with Wimbledon on deck.
All right. I am going to open my cloak, and my owl friend is going to fly out.
Okay. All right.
Just because.
Great.
I don't have an owl token. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
We can use this little sack. This little sack right here is your owl.
Okay. I have an owl friend.
Heroic music for the owl, yes.
Yes, the glorious owl. Anyway, I would like to I'd like to take the I'd like to move up next to Hygus.
So you can get to about here with your 30 feet, right? Unless you're a little faster.
So I am 30. Actually, move me. I'm going to use my cunning action to take the dash action to move up to like 5 spaces left of Carcoon. Can I get that far?
To right at the edge of the wall, or one further right?
One further right. I want to be able to see.
All right.
I want to be able to see my enemy.
And your owl is with you?
I want to yeah, let's put my owl actually back next to Tygus.
Okay. You've got an owl fluttering around you, Tygus. Came
Yeah,
out of
sorry,
your
sorry.
companion's cloak. Oh yes, you are
Anyway.
right.
Sorry, one further to the right. I want to be able to see my enemy right in front of me. Yes. And with that, I am... I am going to cast the spell Darkness on... is that the Arachnomancer there? Directly in front of me?
Yes. What does
I...
spell darkness do?
So, Darkness fills a 15-foot sphere for the duration. A creature with dark vision still cannot see through the darkness. It's and non-magical light can't illuminate it. So that means that they can't see. It's as if they were suffering the effects of blinded, meaning that they suffer disadvantage on any attacks unless they move outside of the sphere of darkness. Yep.
It's a 10-foot sphere?
It's a 15-foot radius. And I want it to be not centered on them, but encompassing them toward me, not including me. Yep, just like that. Nope. Yeah, just...
I have to move something.
No worries.
Still... Okay.
No worries.
Work? No, it doesn't. But that's a circle.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
That's where it is. Because that's also a sphere, it also blocks line of sight between anybody else on the other side of that sphere toward us.
All right. So essentially, no one can see him, and he can't really see anyone else.
Accurate.
Okay. Right. Now it's Wimble's turn.
All right. Okay, no one's injured particularly, are they? Okay, in that case, Wimbledon is going to... Nope. Hold on, sorry. I had an idea, but that's not what I wanted to do.
Intimately familiar with all these spells?
Well, this one I should be, so shame on me either way. Okay, yes, this is what I wanted to do, but I did not have the right... Okay, I am going to cast Bane on... Well, first off, I'm going to move, so I need to be able to see them. So I'm going to move 3 squares to the right.
Okay.
And I'm going to target, I guess, the Arachnomancer, who is like directly in front and sight.
Do you have to be able to see him because he's currently encased in a sphere of darkness?
Yeah, you can't. See
Yep. Well, he is disqualified. Lucky for him. Okay. Is there anyone I can see? Okay. In that case, I am going to dole out another die of bardic inspiration. This time to the. Sorry, I'm not familiar with character names right now. The T. No, the D. Give it to
thank you.
The D,
That would
as
be
they
me.
say.
Did you cast Bane on the priestess?
Yes, I will cast Bane on the priestess.
Save.
Charisma.
Charisma save. Ah, that's a 13.
DC is 18, so.
He's baned.
Okay, so
The negative D4 to.
saving
Correctly.
throw, attack roll or saving throw.
Cool. Well, it's her turn now. So that is what she's got to deal with. Blah, 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 blah. Be a Hail Mary, so she's not going to do that. But now she can see a few more people. So she is going to wave her hand, and out of the floor and out of the walls and out of the ceiling, there's just millions and millions of little insects and spiders and bugs that
Just
begin.
a spell. Is she casting a spell?
It is a spell,
Is she-
Mr. Frightened Man.
It doesn't
Is
say I
she-
can't use reactions, does it?
he's frightened of the rat.
You told me I
just
have to
requires
dash
you to
my
move your,
action.
to
You
use
did-
your
you-
action to take dash. You can still take reactions.
You didn't say I can't use reaction.
Must take the dash action and move away by the safest and shortest available route unless there is nowhere to move. If the target moves to a place at least 60 feet away from you, So yeah, it does say you can do.
In
Reactions.
addition, he's frightened by the other person.
Yeah. So
And can no longer
Yeah,
see the other person. Does that change whether or not he's frightened?
he can still see. Well, actually,
Darkness.
But
he
I
has to be
still
at
have
least 60 feet away. So yeah,
Regardless
Yeah,
of whether or not.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can still
Definitely.
do reactions. Yes.
Can I use?
Yeah,
Can I... Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to counterspell
Okay.
at 4th level.
I'm gonna need you to roll an ability check, and because you are frightened, you have. Oh wait, no, because he's not within line of sight anymore. You don't have disadvantage on the ability check.
Okay. Also, as an abjuration wizard, I get to add my proficiency to this. Oh, dang. That's 15.
That is exactly enough to get this. It's funny because I can hear your chair rolling around just up there. All right, so she tries to cast a spell. You sort of clap your hands to, and it dissipates all of these insects and bugs that are coming out of the walls. Great. Let's see if she has any bonus action stuff that she can screw you over because now she's upset.
Did I do that?
Doesn't seem like... So she is just going to back down out of your line of sight. Can't see her. You can maybe try again later. Okay. I guess it's now your turn with Jared on deck.
Okay, so I will move 3 squares straight down. At that point, I believe I am 60 feet away.
Yes.
So do I still have my action?
Because he didn't have to take the dash.
I guess what happens when I'm 60 feet away?
Well, it says it must take the dash action. Move away from you by the safest and available route, unless there is nowhere to move. So it's whether or not taking the dash action supersedes your movement in this scenario or not.
You're the DM.
How
Yeah.
mean do I want to be?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, logically, I'm going to say you do not have to take... You do not have to use your action for this because it is well within your movement to do so. As much as it pains me to say, that does make more sense to me than like, oh, you start with dashing. So you do have your action available to you. Aren't I the nicest DM?
Yeah.
So, but even if I move another 15 feet up, I can't see her.
So you could use your dash action.
And then if you have
You know what, I
bonus
will.
action spell.
I don't have good, but yeah. I'll use the dash action.
Okay.
But I will use it to run towards her in the most direct route possible. So there's let's see.
So that's an additional 15. Get your 10 more. You want to get all the way to her? You can't get quite all the way to her, but you can get fairly close. Get to here.
Yeah, I will get as close as possible.
That's as close as you can get.
And with the bonus action at 3rd level, I will cast Shadow Blade.
All right. Incoming. Cool. Jared, that's you with Carcoon on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna use my keep clicking on it to try to move myself because I'm used to being the one moving the stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna use my bonus action, my cunning action, bonus action to dash to the next wall so I can get line of sight on the not that wall, the wall by the
This wall.
alchemy table. Yeah, so I can get line of sight, by peeking around the corner on the priestess. Do I remain hidden or?
I'm going to say because you never entered her line of sight, you are still hidden.
Okay, then I'm going to make my attack against her. That will be
Advantage.
that'll be a 28 to hit.
Yeah, sure.
And all the dice.
Yep, all the dice. 8d6 total.
Oh, right. I'll have you know, I almost chose to do rogue for your one-shot, Patrick, but I decided not to be mean.
I was gonna do a rogue, and then everybody else did. Just kidding. Just 2 of you.
I was never going to be a rogue.
Okay, this
I
one is
also-
only 39 points of damage.
Okay. All right. She's looking hurt. She's still up. Okay. Definitely hurt, though. Getting an arrow to the neck. That's a bit rough.
I used to be an adventurer like you. I feel like I took forever in there.
Okay, and then that will be the end of my turn.
All right, Cartoon, that's you.
Alright, so first things first, as a bonus action, I am going to invoke my Giant's Might ability. And I gain a foot in height and,
Jeez.
equal amount of breadth. And I am now large size.
What a beast.
So I'm going to move 3 diagonal down right and then staying in her threat space. Yeah, so I want to essentially be adjacent to her and adjacent to the water thing there.
So just one more over.
Yeah, just one more over. And then I am going to grapple her.
Okay. Flat athletics check.
Okay, which, because I've invoked Giant's Might, I get advantage on.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
It's a 29.
Oh, gosh. It's pointless to roll. The most you can add to it is a 2. And she rolled a 5, so that's a 7. But you
I'm now going to
completely
forcibly
envelop
shove
her.
her under that water and drown her.
Oh my god.
What a boss.
So I'm gonna say you can't drown and kill someone in just 6 seconds. It takes longer for them to die, but you have effectively forced her under. She does not really have much way to fight back.
Yeah.
So that's
the
happening.
rules for that are that you have 1 round per Constitution modifier before you suffocate.
I don't
I
think
thought it
that's
was
in
a
rules.
magic.
It was
That's if you
written.
got to hold your breath. I'm not sure she got the opportunity to take a breath.
And
That's
it's
fair.
1 minute plus your con. It's however much
Yeah.
your con modifier is plus 1 minutes. That's how long you can hold your breath. I don't think there's
I
rules
thought that
about
the rules
suffocation.
were that if you didn't,
Yeah.
that if you didn't have the opportunity to take your breath.
I know that there are some DMs who have created it. Matt Mercer has specifically created a whole drowning system. Goodness gracious. I don't know what those rules are. So I'm just going to say she's being held under right now. If she continues to be held under, that's the end
My
for
only
her.
contention as the person taking the action, and then, it's up to you at that point, is as I am grabbing her and I imagine I soundly thrashed her in the grapple check department,
Yeah.
I am making every effort to also crush all of the air out of her lungs as I shove her underwater.
Yeah. I'm going to also imagine she takes at least a little bit of bludgeoning damage. So roll just like 1d10, the equivalent of like 1 little bit of fall damage. How much bludgeoning damage?
Dang.
9.
Okay. She's not dead yet. She's being drowned, but she's not dead yet. Oh boy, she's really hurt actually. Okay. The Arachnomancer's turn. He's in the dark. So you guys don't see anything happen. And then the car, you
But can he see?
No.
Okay, well, just
you
Sure,
feel
we'll find out momentarily.
Yeah, you feel all of a sudden a piercing pain through your.
Hold up. His
Yes?
attack has disadvantage against me because I have a cloak of displacement.
So it's just. A
but he
straight
also
roll.
has advantage against you because
You can't see him.
yeah, so it's a straight roll.
Yeah, just a straight
Right,
roll.
like neither of us. Well, but neither of us should have, because he shouldn't be able to see me.
It.
in the darkness,
Well,
it's-
that's he does
He might
actually
have double sight.
he has blind sight. But that's a
Yeah.
17 to hit. Does that hit?
I have mage armor, so my AC is 18.
So he can make 1 additional attack. That is even less. That's only a 14. But you feel an impact, and through like the edges of the darkness, you see protruding enormous, multiple hairy, spidery legs.
Okay.
Oh, big old idol.
Okay.
Glorious.
Yeah. His turn.
I hate spiders.
The car. You.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to dispel the darkness at this point.
Okay.
Just
So it's
let
revealed
that
this
go.
giant spider.
Yeah. So I am going to have my owl friend fly up past the spider, which invokes the skill Flyby. That puts him in range as someone within range per rogue rules, giving me the ability to take sneak attack.
Okay.
But it's Flyby, which means that it doesn't invoke an attack of opportunity against my familiar. So it basically can't get hit, and I get sneak attack.
Okay.
I'm going to cast the spell Booming Blade, and then make an attack with advantage against the spider.
Right.
So let me roll that real quick. So I whip out my rapier. That's a 28 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. That is 39 damage after sneak attack.
All right.
Oh, hold up. That doesn't include booming blade. The booming blade damage.
Yeah, of course not. Of course it doesn't.
Which is an additional 13.
Okay. He's
And
looking really rough now.
If he moves 5 feet or more, he takes an additional 3d8 damage.
Okay. He's surrounded by this thunderous energy.
Yeah.
Wimbledon! That's you now.
All right.
All right, dude.
All right. Oh
Now a
yeah.
surfer dude.
He is. He's just going through a lot of personality changes here. The next thing that our dear Wimbledon will do is just trying to think. Okay. Hold on. So there's this dude. And there's that. So just 2 enemies so far, right?
Yeah,
And
a
I've
drowning
already-
woman and a hurt spider.
So we will let her do her thing. Hurt spider. On the hurt spider, I am going to viciously mock.
What do you say? Just mock this giant spider.
Good question. Got it. All right, you little arachno, whatever the heck. You've got 8 legs and you can't even take. I don't know how many legs we have. I don't know. Probably not as many legs as you have. That's kind of weak. And now, sorry, I have really bad insult ability.
Saying also the math, your party has 10 legs. There's 5 of you.
There's not a whole lot I can do well.
But it is 10 legs against 10 legs now. He managed to even the leg count.
Stu turned off his camera momentarily, it looks like.
Okay, and okay, and I'm just trying to figure out what. Okay, my spell DC. So that is 1d4 unless he makes a saving throw against my spell DC, which is 18. What is that? Probably Constitution.
Great save. As a natural 4. So I'm just going to assume it fails because I don't think he's got a plus 14 to anything.
Wisdom, sorry. But yeah. Okay. 1d4. Psychic damage. If I can find my d4. I did find my d4. That's 3.
Okay.
Psychic damage. I'm clearly pulling my weight.
He doesn't die. But your words do seem to hurt his feelings a little bit. He doesn't understand common, so whatever you're saying, he doesn't know. But the tone, he got it. He felt it.
It's how you say the words, not what words you say.
And then he also has advantage on his next attack roll.
Disadvantage, please say.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, not advantage. Please don't be giving our enemies advantage.
I am giving out. I want to even this fight. No, yeah, disadvantage.
All right.
I give him a bardic inspiration die.
All right, it's the priestess's turn. She's currently being drowned, but she's gonna try see what she can possibly
This is
do.
one strength check.
Can't do that because she can't talk. now. I'm just looking at stuff that has like verbal components, and it's like friggin' everything. Just all the spells. They
Yep,
should. That's all them. So
Just
she's
always she-
she's gonna
Weird.
try.
It's like I didn't know how casting works.
So she is going to attempt to attack you. She's got this little like flail scourge
She has
thing.
to
She
break
has
the grapple
disadvantage
first.
to do an attack. I don't
Yep.
think that's a thing in. Is that
No.
a speciality of your class? Or, 'cause
Unless-
that's nothing in 5e. You just get disadvantage because she's very effectively restrained right now. And even that is something I'm giving you because grapple doesn't automatically impose restraint.
I mean, it drops your speed to 0.
Yeah. You don't need speed to attack. But because she's
Yeah, I mean,
doused in a
yeah.
bucket, she's gonna get disadvantage on both of these attacks. A 9. Ooh, and a 9. So she's like trying to reach around to like hit you with this weapon in her hands. But she is not able to do anything. They're just all verbal components. That's great. When you're drowning, not much you can do. Okay, I guess that's you.
Yeah, so Tygus will run around the now giant Minotaur. Tygus is reminded of an old Goliath friend and says, "Oh, thank you, friend." And he will come down with a booming blade on his shadow blade.
Yes! The booming blade for the win.
Okay, so that's 25 to hit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, totally hits, yeah.
All right, so 2d8 for the boom, and then for the shadow is 3d8. Yeah. So purple dice or shadow damage. Okay, that is 19. 19 plus 3, 22 psychic damage,
She's dead.
and 8 thunder.
He stops struggling and lies motionless in the water. Right.
And yeah, that should be all.
All right, Jared, that's you.
Okay, I'm gonna use my.
With
I will say-
Carcoon on deck if it's necessary, which it probably won't be.
I'm going to. Let's see. Okay, I'd like to move, so I'm flanking with Dakar, so I can have advantage on this attack.
I think you actually have the speed for that. 30
Well,
will
then
get you
I'm
there.
gonna use I'm going to use my bonus action to cunning bonus action to dash, so that way I do. And then I'm going to make my attack roll.
All right.
It's advantage. It's going to be a nat 20.
Oh gosh, okay. You don't need to roll all the damage, but you can if you just want to rub it in my face.
Well, I mean, I'm rolling 8d6. I think I'm gonna just I'm just gonna let it go.
I kind of want to know the number
Automatic.
though, because it's
it
8d6
automatic
plus
48.
48. I don't want to
I can-
know.
I'll roll them, but let's keep going, and then I'll tell you what
Okay.
it is later.
He's dead. Everybody in this room that was not you guys is dead now. So
Beautiful.
I think we're actually going to take our break there. And we'll come back to this in like 5-10 minutes once everyone is able to like go to the bathroom, get a drink. I need to take some Tylenol because I have a headache. But we'll be right back in just a few minutes. All right. We are back. As the battle that occurred in this sort of alchemical workshop has ceased. Bodies of your foes lay on the floor or in the water barrel. You do hear the sounds of something going on below you.
I would like to take a hot second and loot the bodies.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
All right. Investigation. 19.
Yes. So, you find combined on these 3 bodies 400 gold pieces.
Yes, for the win.
The Arachnomancer had a +2 rapier.
Yes. +2 to hit or +2 damage?
It's both. 5e, it's both.
Oh,
+2 to
awesome.
attack and damage rolls.
Awesome.
The priestess has a sort of flail weapon that was magical in her hands, is no longer magical.
I'll leave
Wait,
that.
is this-
But I'm taking the rapier and dropping my own.
Your dinky little weapon that you have.
I mean, it was a rapier. It just is not a +2 rapier.
Actually, I'm not sure.
How vocal are you about this?
About what?
About what you find?
I'm not
I mean, I
saying
guess I
anything.
see you take-
I'm
I
not
see you
hiding
taking the
anything,
sword.
but I'm just looting through. I'm tossing it in.
I
Jared's
guess
gonna say, less time looting, more time running for lives, please. We do kind of have people coming after us. We should be moving.
Then move. I can fly.
Jared's just gonna go without him, leave him behind.
Where you want to go? There is a hallway, there is a stairway.
I mean, my best guess is that we're gonna go up the stairs. Because that's my guess is where, at this point, Jared wants to make sure we get the
To the
crown and
stairs.
get out. He has a job to do. He's gonna make sure the job gets done. He's gonna get out.
Everyone else following? Everyone else going along?
Yeah.
After I've looted the bodies, yes.
Okay, so you fall behind a little bit while you're looting the bodies.
Okay.
You have effectively split the party. Good job, everybody. You move up these stairs. If you want to make stealth checks, now would be the time to do that.
Can I do that? And as well, gosh dang it, my name is not Piotr. Wimbledon wants to go on the ceiling using his slippers of spider climb.
Okay.
Not the ceiling. Yeah, you know what? This is a good idea.
That's what you always have to say to convince yourself. This is a good idea. This is a wonderful plan.
I will cast invisibility on the Minotaur.
Okay. Carcoon is now invisible, which does occasionally pose problems as you go up the staircase, as he does take up a lot of space, and when you're not able to see him. Especially Wimbledon, sometimes you like bump against him as you are walking upside down. Your heads collide occasionally as you're moving up the stairs. All right. So you move through these stairs into a much larger room. You like kind of curve around into this room. There is it's very plush, very fancy. There is marble tiles. There are patches of very plush carpeting of all different colors, some of it red, some of it green, some of it purple. You see a large sort of bathing pool in the center of the room. Chandeliers hung around. If you want to make other perception checks, you can learn a little bit more. Or investigation checks to see what you can find.
Have I
Yeah.
arrived in this room at this point?
In a little bit.
Okay.
Can we see the room?
Yes. It is darker in here than it was.
No, I mean
Oh.
the map.
Sure. You can see the room. Green is not allowed to.
Oh. Oh.
They can see the room. I just don't want to rely on a map for.
Yeah.
Right.
Go.
Yeah. I will roll
It also
investigation.
slows down stream a lot if I share the map
Gotcha.
all the time. Right.
It's a 22 investigation.
I
Anyone
would
else
like
wanting
to
to roll?
investigate
I
the
got-
pool.
I got a nat 20 for my perception check.
So I almost called you Piotr too. Wimbledon, you go towards this pool in the middle of the room. You can roll an investigation check if you want to. Tygus and Jared, you immediately, because you came up on the correct side of the room, you see the figures of two human women on the floor.
I'm running to them.
Okay.
Are they who they think they are?
Yes, they are.
What state are they in?
So you turn the first over. It is Amatrine. She is unconscious. She appears far thinner than the last time you saw her. Starved looking. Her hair is a mess. She's in some sort of like dark purplish robes or something. She has this silver choker around her symbol on the front of it. Though otherwise unadorned.
I'm casting life transference.
Okay. Well, actually, make a medicine check first.
Okay. It's not going to go well, but oh well, a natural 20 will change that for 20 total.
She's not hurt. She's just.
Okay, so is there any way I can wake her up?
Probably you could try and like shake her
Trying
awake
to-
or something.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
she's more like sleeping or exhausted than drugged or magically forced to sleep.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
So you shake her. Her eyes slowly open. She focuses on your face.
Amatrine, it's Tygus. I know. We need to get you out of here.
Make a persuasion check, please.
That's not going to go well. 15.
So she gives you this suspicious look. You get the feeling that she has been more than physically abused while she's been here.
Mhm.
I can't. She like rolls over and like turns away from you.
Can I drop seeming on myself without dropping it on others? Is that a thing?
I believe so. You will then not have seeming on you. You would have to recast it if you want to reclaim it.
Uh-huh. I'm doing it.
Okay. Drop seeming. The rest of you see your partner in crime reveal his true self to this stranger on the floor.
Have I arrived in the room yet? Do I see
Yes,
anything
at this
that's going
point, this is what you're saying as you come upstairs.
on? Okay. What are you doing? Your identity is known. No evidence, remember?
Well, thank you for joining us. And I turn back to her. Amatrine, really, it is me.
You roll persuasion again with advantage.
That's significantly worse. That's a 9.
Okay. She kind of like hunches up. She's like, no, just don't. Can't. Not right now. Not again, okay? Just. You've already hurt me enough. Just stop, please.
Who are these people, Titus?
They're members of my old party. We came down here because these two are enemies of Jiskema.
And they've been captured.
They were trying. Indeed.
And you didn't think it was important to tell us beforehand that you had alternate reasons for accepting this job.
Excuse me, as if all
I
you
have
don't.
my own reasons for accepting this job, none of which are your business. We take the job, we do the job. Let's get on with it.
Yes, but if he wants to rescue 2 additional people that we weren't planning on taking out of here with us, that's 2 additional heads we have to worry about. And 2 additional heads I'm not going to worry about.
I'm
If
not
they-
either,
Don't worry
unless
about
there's
it.
money in it. But let's get on with the actual job. If he can handle it, he can handle it. But that's his job, not mine.
I have no problem handling it. Let's go.
Fine. Then. Do we see any evidence of the crown on this floor?
So while you're looking around in this space, it is large. It is very clearly a place of relaxation. There's like massage chairs, big old comfy couches and beds and stuff all over the place, but no evidence of people. You also notice along the floor and in the corners there are some thicker spider webs starting to build up in certain places. You do find a vanity covered in different items of jewelry and things like that, which do include
I would
a few.
like to head over there and take a look at any that are of great value, and I would like to take them.
Okay. Are you just shoveling just jewels into your bag?
No, I'm pickier than that. I'm handpicking the most wealthy.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking for rubies and diamonds and like high class wealth.
Pretty much everything. Very
Then
high
I'm
quality.
shoveling things into my bag.
All right. Would you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
All right.
So while he's rolling, question for you, Lydia. If I started moving furniture over in front of the stairs, does that break invisibility since it's not an attack or a spell?
It's not an attack or a spell, no. So I'm gonna say that as long as you're not like picking it up and throwing it, you're probably fine.
Nope, I'm just lifting it up and kind of dragging it and just stacking the stairs that we just came up with furniture that they'd have to come through.
Looking around, you do see a secondary stair that comes up from a different part of the estate. Lock that up.
Yep.
All right, Dakar, what did you get for your wisdom save?
16 on my wisdom save.
Oh boy. Oh boy. DC was just a little higher than that, only a little bit. So you start shoveling stuff into the bag, and you there is a mirror as part of this vanity, and out of the corner of your eye you see a discrepancy there that's just subtle enough for you to notice. In the reflection of the mirror, you see a icy blue dagger with gems along the handle that does not appear to you outside of the reflection itself. You reach forward and you grab the dagger, or move your hand through the space where it should be, and you make contact with it. Your hands close around thin air, apparently. In that moment, your eyes drawn to your own reflection in the mirror, and you see the reflection raise its hand. Your hand is brought along with it. And turns the dagger, stabs it into your own chest. You take... Oh, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Yes.
13. This is not the thing for a rogue.
I need to roll that one again. You take 8 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points are reduced by 8. As you feel some of your life force sucked into the absolutely freezing dagger that now appears in your hand.
Okay.
Dripping with your own blood.
Interesting. I would like to make an Arcana check to check the nature of the dagger.
Okay, roll an Arcana.
I also say I'm trying with Emiria.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
That's only a 10 on the Arcana check.
So you're not able to glean much about the dagger. It hurt when it stabbed you. It definitely hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, Emiria is not responsive to you either.
But at least, like,
She's awake now, but
yeah. I'm gonna just try to put her next to her sister.
yeah, you're able to do that. Alright, what are the rest of y'all doing? Oh, you also. This is not a hidden thing. This is an obvious thing in the room. There is a staircase going up. So sorry.
Okay.
Well,
Are there any other items of great wealth once I've gone through?
I mean,
pillaging everything?
everything here is very nice, but unless you want to drag the super ornate 4-poster bed out of here, you've probably got most of the movable stuff.
Okay.
Jared's gonna take a peek at what's at the top of the next flight of stairs.
Alright, roll a stealth check and a perception.
I will
it's
be
25. And my perception is 23.
I would like to try to, like, not leave Jared completely alone.
Okay.
If,
You're on the staircase.
Yeah.
Okay.
not like, I don't want to be close enough to at all affect stealth, but yeah.
So Jared, you ascend the stairs into a room. You just kind of poke your head up into it. This room is absolutely pitch black. With your goggles of dark vision, still a bit of your vision is obscured by a massive number of very thick spider webs that are in this room. You do not see much. Well, actually, roll. What was your perception check?
23.
Okay. So the room is elliptical in size, where the two sides of it are wider and then it comes down to a smaller point in the middle. And the roof, the ceiling of this room kind of arches upwards to in a conical sort of shape. Further up this cone of the ceiling, the spider webs are very thick, and you see a figure of a person in there. Not moving.
And I don't see crown.
No.
And I don't see, like, and obviously, you know, I'm limited with my dark vision, but I don't see, like, any additional way that leads further up as high as it goes.
You see a number of web-wrapped figures. Could be bodies. Raccoon, Wimbledon, what are you guys doing?
Wimbledon is going to follow suit cautiously and roll for stealth. And, you know, horribly, of course. That is, let me double check, but I believe a 12.
Okay.
12.
Cartoon is, while still invisible, is just standing in the center of that last room. He moved furniture around kind of right up until the argument about priorities happened. And as an individual kind of seeking purpose and seeking, you know, why we're here probably wasn't really laid out to him super well. And now that it's becoming clear that no one's actually here for why they've said they're here, he's really struggling with the fact that he's here at all. And so he's just standing there in the center, kind of having a slight moral quandary as an individual who's recently discovered he has a conscience in the first place.
Fortunately, the only person who might be there to see it is Bar, who is
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's still invisible, right? So nobody
That's true.
actually sees it.
Nobody can see it.
That's accurate.
You mad world.
Good, congratulations, team. You gave the Minotaur a existential crisis. All right, so sorry, I'm trying to make. I can't see anything else about the figure that I can. I just see the figure just sitting there.
It seems
make anything
a
else.
little bit irregular to you,
My brain knows what I
but
want
it
to
is
say. It is.
is right on the edge of your vision, barely able to see. There is also a lot more of the room that you can't see.
Yeah, and they haven't. It doesn't look like it's noticed me, right?
Not you. But you do have a stumbling halfling making their way up the stairs behind you.
I'm gonna turn around to Wimbledon and just hold my hand up and be like, "Just stop. Just hold still." And I'm gonna-
Wimbledon like stops mid-step, mid-stride. That's the word.
and I'm gonna attempt to sneak further into the room so I can get more vision of what's going on.
Ask for an additional.
From
You'd also can choose to not roll again if you want that, monster that you already rolled.
No, I mean, this one was a 26.
Oh.
I can only roll a 25 on stealth, because of reliable talent. So,
And you're the only one going in?
I'm hoping I'm the only one going in. I'm kind of telling everyone else to stop.
Yeah, Wimbledon's gonna chill.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh. Yeah.
I think at this point I will realize that there is something up there, and so I'll try to convince the others to come with us
Mm-hmm.
upstairs.
You guys don't really see what's going on. Give this to stream too so they can see. There's not a lot of features to this room other than the webs themselves.
And I don't see anything else about this figure. Like, they're not more clear to me. Or...
As you get closer, you are able to make out more about this person. It is an extremely elderly drow woman. Her body is irregular, like I said, in that coming from her hip on the left side is an extra pair of legs. They're spider legs. And you can see from the knee down on her left leg, her drow leg, not the spider leg, that it is shriveled and atrophied. Like, the entire leg is atrophied, but from the knee down, it is actually severed and amputated. As you get closer, you even see on her face, there's this massive scar that cuts through one of her eyes that is clouded and ruined. And across her forehead and the side of her face, there are several extra teeny shiny little spider eyes that have sprouted along her face.
As far as I'm aware, she hasn't noticed me yet.
Notice that she is wearing a...
Like, at this point, Jared is working under the assumption that this is the matriarch.
Did I know what she looked like? I think I did.
Yes.
So
You
I
saw
would've told
her.
everyone.
You saw her in the mind of Scytho.
Yeah, I would have told everyone. You know that this is her.
All right, cool. I know that this is the.
I mean, I
matriarch.
feel like so would
I would.
sorry,
Dakar.
Dakar.
Yeah, Dakar is well aware of the nature
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
matriarch.
Oh, Jared, what do you want to do?
I mean, I know what I want to do. I know, but Jared is also trying to Jared knows what he wants to do. He's trying to decide if it's the right thing to do. It's what he should do.
She doesn't seem to have seen you. He seems to be sort of meditating. Elves do not sleep.
Wimbledon is going to use message.
Okay.
And send a message to, Jared, and say, "What are you waiting for? Just take it."
Sorry, I'm looking at something.
Just to let you know, to respond, you do need to whisper.
Yep. Which Jared's not willing to do at this exact moment. Okay. Jared's gonna try. Going to try talking.
Okay.
It's going to say, "You're the matriarch, I presume."
Say this in common.
Yeah, I don't. The only other language I speak is Elven or Thieves' Cant, and I assume she would not like to hear something from Elven, so I'm going to say it in common. My education and drow history and culture taught me that they don't like elves. So common, yes. I'm saying you're the matriarch, I presume.
Her eyes open. By the way, she is suspended a good 30 feet in the air above you.
Okay.
I had not said that. That is what is going.
I had not said that, but good.
Sorry. Yeah, she is up in the webbing above you. When you speak, her eyes open and she kind of turns, almost like those aerial, what is it called? The aerial silks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite with the same grace, as she is very old. But you can tell that she has a lot of practice with this sort of. She turns to you, and this old, freaky voice that I'm gonna attempt to do. She also doesn't speak common, unfortunately. Yeah, she doesn't speak common. That's why.
Say
So
it in
she.
Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Does undercommon sound like Portuguese?
Sure, yeah.
It's Gawe. Gawe sounds like
Gawe,
Portuguese.
it's Portuguese. No, she says something in undercommon that you actually don't understand. But you see her hand come up, and this sort of glowing purplish magenta light starts to play around her fingers.
I'm gonna hold my hands in peace, and I'm gonna try saying what I said again in Elven.
Okay.
Oh no!
And praying that she speaks some language. Do you understand? That I understand.
She does speak Elvish.
I'm going to start with, I don't mean to offend, I'm simply trying to communicate. Find a language that we both speak.
So when you speak in Elven, she does kind of like snarl, and you can see at the corner of her mouth, there is like the smallest hint of like a mandible, like a spider's mandible kind of pushing against the skin of her face.
What do you want? You speak darkness. Why are you here in my rooms? Speak before you are disintegrated.
I'm here for your crown, to be 100% honest.
Okay, I thought you were going to kill me. That's honestly my friend.
Why do you want the crown? Other than its, value and prestige upon it.
Simply because I've been hired to take it. By someone that I've not met nor seen, but who I presume would be an enemy to you.
Everyone. Have no answer.
I assume this enemy would probably be more powerful than most, as he was able to afford my services. And as you've noticed, I managed to make it all the way up here without dying. And could have killed you if I wanted to.
Why should I give you the crown?
Are you not curious to know who this enemy of yours would be?
Well, I am curious. I don't have the space for tiny human. I have, like I said, numerous enemies. If I cared to find the identities of all, I would know the identities of all the people in this earth and beyond. So no, that does not interest me.
Then what would interest you? In exchange for the crown. I happen to know quite a few things.
Give me an example of your vast knowledge.
I happen to know that there is an exile, a drow exile, downstairs, currently taking your valuables.
You see across her face, the snarl returns, and that little spider mandible pushes out a little further.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of like sits up a little bit in the webbing, like kind of grabs a strand and starts to slide down slowly towards the floor. So what? You want a crown for someone's life? Not quite enough.
No, I would expect you'd want more than that, but I need powerful allies I need powerful allies. You are a very powerful ally. I have business that I could use your help with. I would obviously expect that you would want more, but I figured I'd at least offer that to start.
Quietly.
Give me a crown.
Retrieve. And retrieve.
I'm very good at that.
Except that maybe you're not, because you haven't retrieved anything. You have started a conversation with who I presume your employer would not.
I'm fairly certain you're vastly more powerful than my employer.
But I need your help with something. Against someone about. So how can I trust you to not do the same thing to me that you are trying to do to your own employer?
And she takes a step towards you.
You can't, but I figure you haven't trusted anyone in a very long time. You are drow, however, you live in a society of treachery. You don't trust. That's not what you do. Just like I don't trust anyone, except for one downstairs, to not be willing to stab me in the back.
What are the rest of y'all doing at this point? Wimbledon, you're close enough to hear this for sure.
Yep. Wimbledon is on the ceiling. And he's going to roll for stealth.
Okay, the question is then, how do you move from the ceiling of the floor below into this room?
Well, I mean, he's not... Wait. I'm trying to envision this stairwell. I guess maybe not the ceiling. I'm envisioning like a modern day like stairwell that would have, or staircase that would have, like in a home, for example, that would have like a lower ceiling, but I guess that wouldn't be the case in here.
Yeah, so
Let's forget the
essentially
ceiling.
it's almost like a spiral iron staircase. So there is not a true ceiling to it. Though there is the ceiling around it.
He is going to cast tongues on himself.
Okay.
As well as sorry. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I do.
Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. Wimbledon, do you understand Elvish?
He does not.
Okay, then you hear a conversation that you do not understand.
Oh. Hold on.
Until he casts tongues on himself.
Until you cast tongues.
Yeah. That is the plan. Okay. And he is also going to cast. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to roll for stealth, and he wants to get, I guess, like far enough up the stairwell that he can hear clearly, but no, not so far up that he can't kind of crouch or like kneel down to be fairly hidden.
And you do not have dark vision.
Correcto.
You cannot see hardly anything.
Nice. I love discipline.
Can't see, and you can't really understand all that much except for what you have.
Okay, so that's first roll was an 8.
For your stealth check?
Yeah. They were both an 8, so that's what I did. Can I use a point of... Yes, I'm gonna use my lucky feat to use a point of luck.
Okay. All right.
Wait. That doesn't matter, because if I do that, either way, it's going to be the 8, right? Since
No.
Since it's a disadvantage.
It would be whatever you rolled.
Yeah, it's whatever you roll now.
Okay, much better. 24.
Where's Tygus standing at the moment?
I would be at the base of the stairs, I think.
Okay, you're gonna
That's
feel
so-
a big, heavy, invisible minotaur hand on your shoulder.
Mhm.
Do you care about the crown or do you care about the girls? I've grown tired of this. I will help you get them out.
Well,
But we leave now.
I don't want to abandon everyone here.
If there's one thing all of you have made clear, it's that your purposes here do not overlap. You're all here for your own reasons, and I'm asking you which of them matter most.
There are more than just the girls.
It is very clear that not anyone here has true purpose in a sense that matters to Cocoon. For Jared, it is the job. For Dakar, it is vengeance. For the short one, no one knows.
So am I close enough to overhear this conversation?
It depends on how focused you are about what is going on upstairs.
And I am definitely just whispering directly in his ear
Okay,
from,
then
like he's
cannot
feeling
hear.
Minotaur breath on his face as a thing.
And there's no visual, indication that this is going on as Carcoon is
Right.
invisible.
The rescue of those who appear to have been tortured is the only noble thing we've done since we got here.
Would you be willing to help me try to find 2 more in the city?
As long as we leave the rest of them behind, yes.
I will
I
go
spent
with you.
my life
Right.
up until this point serving one who is faceless for a purpose I don't understand. I refuse to do that anymore. If rescuing these people is noble, that's the side I choose.
You are a great humanoid. Let's go.
Okay, and I'll start clearing furniture and pick up the girls.
I'm gonna cast invisibility at a 4th, 5th level to make us all invisible. All
Okay.
4 of us.
Okay.
Alright.
Since the furniture is being moved, would that draw my attention?
Yeah, depending on how focused you are on what's going on upstairs. How focused are you on what's going on upstairs?
Well, I'm not even upstairs. I
Alright,
have been shoveling everything, so I'm going to say that that catches my attention.
okay.
And so would I see that prior to Tygus casting invisibility on himself and the other 2?
I would have to walk back across the room, like through the room, to get to the girls. So
So that is
So-
something that you would.
I do think
Okay.
that invisibility is touch. Yeah. So like I
Okay.
would be, bringing everyone together to cast it all at once.
All right.
Does Wimbledon notice overhear anything that's going on downstairs?
No, you were observing the conversation between.
Okay.
Who doesn't seem to have noticed you, sneaky boy that you are.
Have I noticed him? Can I make a perception check to see if I
Sure,
noticed him?
yeah, go ahead.
Perceive me.
It was what, 24?
Oh,
That is.
24, yeah.
That would be a 29.
So you do hear the quiet footsteps of.
I'm not
the
going
little
to say
halfling.
anything, but. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about it. Man.
All right, Dakara, are you going to do anything about the goings on of your other companions, or any of your companions?
Which, to clarify at this point, is the furniture that has been moved is now essentially being removed, and then Tygus is going over, essentially, it looks like, to check on the women he'd already checked on once.
Yeah. I'm going to just watch for a while. I think I'm just going to watch, and then once all of the furniture has been moved, I'm going to wait for a few seconds, and then I'll walk over and just watch down the staircase.
Okay. Do you do anything when you see Tygus and the girls become invisible?
No.
Right. Way is not blocked, at least down to the floor below. And begin to make your exit, Urkun and Tygus.
Okay.
Return to
Where is the furniture? Is
I
it
just
all
moved it to
in
the
a
side.
pile?
Yeah, I just moved it to the side, essentially. Whatever was the fastest way to open an opening wide enough for me.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you
Does
put
it look flammable?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all I need to know. I'm not doing anything yet. I just wanted to know.
All right, okay. That is always the worst question to hear. We literally have written on our D&D wall upstairs how flammable is mayonnaise. So the answer to that, very flammable.
Is
Oil-based.
mayonnaise an instrument of mass destruction?
And varying levels of flammable depending upon what kind of oil you made your mayonnaise with.
It is honestly explosive. I don't know why more high school kids don't make mayo bombs. Like, really? Anyway, don't do that.
High schoolers watching.
Don't
please,
do that.
please.
Please don't do
Don't
that.
do
We do
that.
not condone explosive and
Check
destructive
in before
action on
Lydia's
this stream.
Twitch
Do
channel
not,
gets big.
yeah, do not become a school problem or any sort of problem. Don't do that. Don't try that at home.
Despite what we may do on this stream, we do not condone what this kind of behavior in real life.
Yeah, we also don't
Remain
condone
productive
possible
members of
betrayal to your teammates and crew members. Returning to that now. Returning to Jared and his conversation with Jizkema. Where were we? We were in the middle of possibly betraying people.
Saying, you live in treachery. You don't trust anyone. That's just how that's what the society of the drow has always been. You constantly striving to one-up another and be powerful, and trust has no place in that. So I'm not asking you to trust me, and I don't think you're expecting me to trust you. I'll be honest with you. We will be sweet if in this partnership we will probably spend time trying to figure out how to protect ourselves from the other person. And you are vastly more powerful than me.
Roll persuasion check.
Really
With-
good persuasion.
I'm gonna say you have advantage on this one actually, because of certain things you've said.
Well, that would be a 30.
Yikes.
So you see the light around her fingers dim. She's watching you shrewdly.
So I propose this partnership. You let me take the crown so we can find out who this person is, and I can be your agent on the surface. I give you the traitor downstairs, and me and the rest of my companions go free for now. But you need me on this, whatever you need me to do on the surface from now on, I will do it. I just only ask that you help me kill some people on the surface who are preventing me from seeing my family. I'm human.
It's true. Family means more.
Significantly.
We'll agree under certain conditions. I cannot
them.
give you yet. It was given to me by someone infinitely more powerful than anyone. If I give it away, it will be that. And unfortunately, it does have a bit of sway over what my eternity will be. I have plans, I have thoughts, I have things in motion. Remedy this, but they are complex. So if you want the crown, that is what you with. I do not want this to spread. So you must remove your companion. If you understand.
I understand.
I don't much care about the person who sent you. Like I said, my soul is a bit more valuable than all the numerous enemies that I may have. As you can probably tell, the end of my life is probably not far away. As for
Ian, I want you to know that you're one of my best friends in the world, and I love you to death. I'm going to take an attack at Wimbledon.
Okay.
This is not personal, Ian.
All right.
I have advantage and all my assassin stuff because he is not expecting it. That is going to be.
Although, actually, Wimbledon, make an insight check. Because you have been listening to the last part of this conversation, so you are not completely unaware that this is going on.
He doesn't speak Elvish.
He cast tongues on himself.
Oh, he cast tongues.
Which actually, that doesn't help you comprehend the language just to speak it, right? So actually, maybe not.
No, it doesn't let you speak the language.
I think comprehend languages lets you read it. Tongues, I don't know if it lets you understand. It might just be that you can
you
speak
both?
anything.
It's like you don't know the language, but you just understand everything.
Okay, cool.
And everyone understands you. It's like the gift of tongues. Like,
Yeah.
He understands.
Okay.
But does he understand?
What'd you get for your insight check?
Let me roll that. Ooh, 18.
Yeah.
Can I roll a deception check to oppose?
I mean, I'm going to say just a general charisma check.
Okay. I am still good at charisma. Okay, that is also an 18.
So you essentially set the DC at 18, which he met with his insight
Gee,
check. So he is not surprised. But
Okay, so I am going to.
if it's going to come down to some PvP, we'll roll initiative between the two of you to see who goes first.
Okay.
I'm gonna win that fight.
Roll good then. Y'all roll initiative.
That what we gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the screenshot, whoever took that. Oh crap.
I did get a 25 for my initiative.
Oh gosh.
Rip.
Rip. Okay. Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
He
All right, Jared
got
goes
me there.
first.
All right, I'm gonna use
Okay.
my cunning action to hide.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
That's gonna be a 25 to hide.
Okay.
Is that just against my passive
That's
perception?
against.
Um,
That's up to Lydia.
in a combat situation, I usually like to have them roll an active perception because you are aware of what's going on. So go ahead and roll a perception check. 25 is a lot. Not as high as it could be, but it's a lot.
Literally, if I get a nat 20, I won't get it. So should I just?
Yeah. It's okay. He disappears into the darkness of the. Actually, you can't even see him right now anyway because you have no dark vision.
That's right. Crap.
You're so dead.
So
You're
you don't
so
even
dead.
need to hide, Jared. You
very
are just
dead.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Ian. I love you to death. You're one of my best friends in the world, but Jared doesn't feel the same way.
Oh,
about the
I
random
love it.
halfling he met 7 days ago. That is gonna be. I was counting on the surprise attack though, so I could get a nat 20.
It is with advantage.
I know, but I really needed it because I had my assassinate feature, and if he was surprised, it would have been a critical hit automatically.
Okay, so I can't use. I mean, I can't see him. Can I even use like cutting words or anything to?
Yeah,
subtract anything?
don't think you can because you can't see
Cutting word
him.
requires sight.
Well, like, and that's the question, right? And I'm sorry to throw a wrench in things. Just 25 years of GMing
Go ahead.
coming to bore. Okay, he hears Jared's entire discourse.
Yeah.
He knows there's an attack coming. He has no clue as to where that attack is coming from.
Yeah.
Isn't surprise still technically what happens here?
Well, surprised is a condition that he was able to beat with his insight check. That is really tough though. Honestly, I'm not gonna give surprised because he is aware He does have advantage on the attack. And it's gonna be a whole thing.
I mean, it's still gonna be a crap ton. We've seen how much I've been hitting for today.
Yeah.
Without without criticals even at the point. That's gonna be. Do you have an AC less than a natural 19?
Rip.
Because that would make it be a 29 to hit. Which will give me. Let's see. We'll roll. Sorry, let me do the math.
Why is your constitution, Ian?
Not very muito high.
Because I know how Ian plays.
Could never have con be your dump stat. Always has to be good. Only reason that character is ever lit.
Okay, that's gonna be 58 damage.
I'm still alive.
Not just barely though.
All right.
Then I'm going to use my action. Then I'm not going to use my movement to move to a different spot, so I'm not in the same spot that he had just gotten attacked from.
Wimbledon, you have gotten an arrow to the chest, severely hurt in a dark room full of spider webs and the whispering voices of two people that
Are
very
you
much are
crying
not on
out and alerting Dakar?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
At the very least, a pain of a scream of
Yeah.
pain.
I probably stumble down the steps a bit. Yeah. Or a lot.
Is there an alarm bell on the floor that we go down to, Lydia?
Yes, you actually have to like start, because there's people like looking
I
around.
ring the alarm bell.
Oh, there's already an
as
alarm
we
bell
go.
going off.
Okay. I mean, I just from invisible, I guess, just shout out, there's 3 people in the throne room kind of a thing, and keep going.
What language do you yell that in?
Good point. I don't yell anything because he is not dumb enough to yell in a language he doesn't know.
Okay. All right, Dakar, you hear this going on. What is your immediate response?
That's a darn good question. Yeah. I think.
Snap decision. Gotta go fast.
I think I'm gonna set the furniture on fire and then be dashing down the stairs.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's how this is going. I'm out of here.
All right.
All right.
All right, Wimbledon. What are you going to do with your turn?
Good question. I'm skimming through my prepared spells to see if I can pull a gotcha. I don't think I'm going to be. I think Wimbledon is dead, but
I'm sorry, Ian. I love you.
it's fine.
Please forgive me.
It's fine. Yeah, Wimbledon's dead. So just for kickers, Wimbledon is going to cast. Actually, yeah, to hell with it. I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility. And let me just make sure.
Jessica is going to counterspell that.
Never mind, he is not going to cast Greater Invisibility.
I mean, would she have line of sight if he's going down the stairs? Or if he's down the stairs?
Well, that's the question is, does he do that before he runs down the stairs?
Well, I mean, okay. This is metagaming, but no. I mean, yeah, no. Right? I don't know.
You run down the
What's your-
stairs first.
What's your roll? Yeah, that's what I would roll. But you can roll on whether or not you think that you should let me do that.
Roll a what is it? Composure check. No, I'll give that to you. He's not able to see you and counterspell you.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I'm invisible, so that's cool. And then I'm checking on one more thing here. Okay. Oh shoot! Is invisibility an action or bonus action?
It is an action. Greater invisibility.
Cool. So I am going to cast Healing Word.
You cannot cast more than one level.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
my house
never mind.
rules are slightly different.
I'm
so-
not as
okay.
nice as Patrick is.
That's
As you
alright.
can tell, because you are now being murdered by Patrick, because I told him to.
Can we say Patrick's nice? He did just turn and shoot his friend in the chest.
Well, I told him to, so he's just, you know.
I'm
So
like
let's be honest.
staring.
There was no way the rest of you were gonna sneak up the stairs and get be able to help me fight this matriarch. I did what I thought was best in the moment. I did not want to get killed.
Okay.
You could have left.
Cool.
Like you're
And
talking to the
then-
guy who made the roleplay decision to bail, right?
I feel like if you had come downstairs and said she's up there, then we would have gone with you. But you were up there for forever and gave us time to think of other options.
Maybe that was
Yeah.
All right,
So,
Wimbledon, what are you doing? You're invisible now.
He's using his movement to get the crap out of there.
So you and your 25
as
feet of
far
little
as-
bitty boy movement can get down the stairs.
Yay!
Just in time to see Dakar lighted on fire.
Like the
Yep.
pile of furniture by the door is now on fire.
Like, huh. Great to know that this is a great time to come downstairs. Cool. All right. Yeah, I guess that's my turn.
All right, now that we get to the question of how, as you are invisible, you are greater invisible, are hard to find. But that does not
so-
mean you are impossible to find.
So, Jared's going to turn to the matriarch and say, "You have my word, as you just saw, that I will hunt all of them down and kill them. They cannot hide from Jared the Nightblade. No one has hidden from Jared the Nightblade. Do we have a deal?"
Steps forward towards you with her hand out. Bring me all of them.
All right. Jared is beginning to drastically regret his life decisions, but he's going to agree.
And I assume if you fail, won't be so. I think that's where we're probably going to wrap up tonight. Jared, once again, we're going to have a one-shot just about you once again. As the rest of you scatter into the Underdark, Tygus, I assume you find a quiet place to poof out of the chaos?
Well, Tygus is trying to find the others.
So,
Is helping him.
is a bit of a ruckus and a rumble because of everything that has been discovered to be going on. Amatrine
maybe
and Emiria
my-
do inform you. Chimera is gone. They couldn't deal with her. Because she was a monk, she just fought everybody, and there was not anything they could do about it because she didn't need weapons to fight back. So they sold her off to some unknown person. Don't know where it is. You are able to eventually sneak around and find Alaric. He is just a sort of butler in the house. You're able to find him.
Okay. Yeah. Then, quiet place. 1 minute. We're out.
Where do you go to?
The palace, I suppose, where Braish would be expecting me.
Yeah. Palace of Queen Illyra.
You mentioned
Ixion?
the fourth one.
Well, the girls would have
Right.
explained as well. Like,
Right,
Mhm.
but I mean, in Carcoon, once we're in the palace, we'll look at him. You mentioned the fourth. If your goal is to find her, I'm with you.
we'll keep looking.
Wimbledon. You frantically skitter out amongst the legs of all these drow crazy people looking for you. Flip off into the darkness of the Underdark. The car. What do you do, man?
So, I'm going to cast Alter Self on myself to create a new disguise. And I'm just going to slip out with my winnings, taking any opportunity to steal anything else I can get my hands on my way out.
Just that. And Jared, you are thankfully not pursued and killed by the Fidendus army. Left to pursue your new job. And that is actually where we are going to end tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching with us. That was not what I expected to happen. But it was really fun. Once again, we're not going to have performance check next week. I need a break to prepare the shenanigans that will happen once again in the Underdark, funny enough. Not with drow, with aberrations. Go to Patrick's channel, Morganth06, for Ready to Roll on Wednesday. It's going to be great. And then again, next Saturday on the 20th for a one-shot. It's going to be really the typical gaming streams on Friday and Saturday, once again. But other than that, that's all. So we hope you have a wonderful night. Stay safe, stay sane, stay happy. Don't let things get you down. And if they do, just come back here and we'll bring you back up.